Hello students. In the last session we had started reading this lesson Plants Preparing and Storing Food, which is chapter number 6 in your textbook. Today we are going to continue with this lesson. The remaining part we had finished until this particular topic, some unusual plants. From here on we will start reading the remaining part of the lesson. So the next part is activity. In the activity, they have written, does a green leaf have a starch? Okay, so that is the activity that you have to do the activity and find out. But we will read it today. So this is step number 1, where we have to pick a fallen green leaf of a healthy plant. Okay, you have to take a fallen green leaf, not the one which is on the plant. You have to take a fallen green leaf. Then step 2, bleach the leaf by first boiling it in water and then boiling it in alcohol. So first you have to boil it in water and then you have to boil it in alcohol. How you have to do it? You cannot do it at home. You can do the boiling of the leaf in the water, but alcohol it is not possible to do at home, but in the laboratory this can be done. Okay, now just hear the activity. You don't have to do anything. We are just reading the activity. So bleach the leaf by first boiling it in water and then boiling it in alcohol. Then what is the step 3? Then you have to put it in a cold water. Wash it in a cold water. And what is step 4? You have to add a few drops of iodine. So after adding the drops of iodine, you have to observe what happens with the leaf. The conclusion you will draw that when you add iodine to a bleached leaf, it turns blue-black. The leaf turns blue-black in color. This shows that starch is present in the green leaf. So this is a test to find out whether the leaf have starch or not. Let us see the second activity. Is sunlight needed for photosynthesis? This is your activity. So how to do it? Take a healthy potted plant and keep it in the dark for about 24 hours. I will repeat. Take a healthy potted plant and keep it in the dark for 24 hours. Then step 2, cover one of its leaves partly with a strip of a black paper. Keep the plant out in the sunlight for 4 to 5 hours. What you have to do? Cover one of its leaves partly with a strip of a black paper. Keep the plant out in the sunlight for 4 to 5 hours. Then what is the step 3? Bleach the covered leaf by first boiling it in water and then boiling it in alcohol. So this is the earlier step that we had already done. Then again you have to wash it in a water and add few drops of iodine. So after doing this, you can see it here. This is a strip of a black paper. You have to observe what happens with that part of the leaf which was covered with the black paper. The part of the leaf that was covered with the black paper does not turn blue-black. This part of the leaf does not contain starch because it did not get any sunlight. So if the leaf doesn't get any sunlight, then that part will not have starch. So sunlight is needed for photosynthesis. Students, let us see the next activity. Activity number 3. Is chlorophyll needed for photosynthesis? In this, the step 1 is you have to take a cauliflower leaf, draw its outline on a sheet of paper and mark the green and non-green area. So you have to mark the green and non-green area. Then what you have to do? You have to bleach the leaf by first boiling it in water and then boiling it in alcohol, just like shown here. But remember that this can be done in the laboratory because at home we don't keep alcohol. Generally we have water, but alcohol, that is a problem. So you have to do it in laboratory. Wash it in cold water and then add few drops of iodine. With the help of paper outline, find out which part of the leaf turns blue-black. If it turns blue-black, then that represents that there is a starch. The part of the leaf which are green in color shows the presence of starch. This shows that green substance, that is chlorophyll, is needed for photosynthesis. So, just like sunlight, chlorophyll is also necessary for photosynthesis. So, students, these were few activities that can be done to identify whether which components are necessary or which things are necessary for photosynthesis. Now let us move on to the next topic. This is a picture which is shown in your diagram. The diagram or the drawing, you can call it as, this is interdependence between plants and animals. We all know that just like we are dependent on plants, plants are also dependent on us. How? Because the food and oxygen that plant gives us, okay, in return, what do we give to nature? We give carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is then received by plants, just like other animals also exhale carbon dioxide just like us, other animals. So this carbon dioxide is necessary for the plants. So this is a cycle. Okay, just like we are dependent on plants, plants are also dependent on us. And if we both take care of each other, then we will get a healthy environment around us. This is the next topic, energy flow in the living things. We need energy for every activity we do. This energy comes from food. This food is prepared by green plants. Green plants trap the sun's energy during photosynthesis to prepare food. This energy is passed on to humans and animals when they eat plants. This way the energy flows from sun to plants and then to animal and human beings. So sun gives us energy. This energy is in the form of light energy. So this light is received by plants. They use it to produce food, and then this food is consumed by plant and by animals also, and thus we get energy. Okay, so sun gives energy to plants and then to animals and human beings. So we are all dependent on each other. Next topic is animal and plants depend on each other. Just like I said earlier, the animals and plant depend on each other for survival. Animal need food to eat and oxygen to breathe. Plants give animal this food and oxygen. And this is why fish live longer in aquarium with the water plants in it than in the one without them. So in aquarium also, if you put some plants in it, they will live longer. Okay, but if you don't put any plants, water plants in the water, then fishes will not live, because they need oxygen for breathing. They need food for eating. That's why. Plants need carbon dioxide to prepare food. Animals breathe out carbon dioxide, and this is used by plants. So plants and animals are dependent on each other. The next topic is balance in nature. Students, 5th June is a World Environment Day. You have to plant few saplings in your school or at home. You can do so on your birthday too. Look after the plant as it grows into a tree. It may bear fruits and it will give shade to all. So this is a very good thing that we can do in our surrounding. The next topic is balance in nature. A balance needs to be maintained between the number of plants and animals. What will happen if there is sudden increase in the number of animals? Plants may not be able to supply enough food and oxygen to all animals, or if there is sudden increase in the number of plants, the carbon dioxide breathed out by animals may not be enough for the plants. Similarly, if there is a sudden decrease in the number of plants or animals, it will disturb the balance in the nature. So the balance in nature is very necessary. Even if one species, the number of that species, if it increases or decreases, it affects the balance in nature. So there should be a fixed there should be a balance maintained in the nature with respect to the number of the species, or you can call it as population also. To maintain this balance in nature, we have to protect both plants and animal life. Under wildlife protection programs, wild animals are given special protection in forest reserves and sanctuaries. Programs like Vana Mahotsav help to promote the planting of trees. People are made aware of the harmful effects caused by the continuous cutting down of trees. If life on the earth has to go on, the balance must be maintained. So students, this is a picture shown where there on one side there are animals and on other side there are plants. Note that if the balance is maintained, you will get a healthy environment, but if this balance is disturbed, if you kill lot of wild animals, then that will affect the balance. So both animals all the animals and all the plants are necessary to maintain the balance. So you have to take care of both the animals as well as plants. So students, that was all for today. This was the end or the last topic of the chapter. There are few points that you have to remember. The process of preparation of food in the green leaves of plant is known as photosynthesis. Water, carbon dioxide, chlorophyll and sunlight are required by plants to prepare food. I repeat, water, carbon dioxide, chlorophyll and sunlight are required by plants to prepare food. Leaves have a stomata to take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. So just like we have nose, plants have stomata. What does stomata do? They take carbon dioxide and give out oxygen and water vapor. The veins are to carry water and food, and green cells with chlorophyll to make food. The food or the sugar made by leaf is burned to give energy, used by the plant to grow and stored as a starch. The flow of energy from sun to plants and then to animals and humans help them to both survive. So sunlight is very necessary for the survival of plant as well as animals, because plants take sunlight to prepare food and we take food to survive. So we are all dependent on each other. The balance between plants and animal is needed for life on the earth to go on. So if we want a healthy environment, if we want to survive, then we have to take care of plants. Students, these were the important points from the lesson. Please go through the lesson again. I have read it for you, but still you have to read the lesson again. Okay, so see you during next session with the new topic. Until then, take care. Bye bye.